Hey, help support the show by becoming a member on Patreon or YouTube. You'll get 4 bonus videos a month, plus ad-free versions of every Junkyard pod, and a special shout out at the beginning of each video. This is the best way to help me as a creator, and so thank you and go Cavs.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready to
Welcome to the Junkyard Pod. I'm Tony Pesta, joined by Jackson Flickinger. And today, since the Cleveland Cavaliers are up 1-0 in their series against the Miami Heat, we figured we'd break down some of the film from that game, try something different. And I felt like the best place to start was the Evan Mobley field goal attempts because he didn't play that well. And everyone's wondering what went wrong. Are we worried about Mobley moving forward? All I know is that however far the Cavs go, it's going to be basically on the back of Evan Mobley and how far he can take them. So obviously a lot of other X factors there, but starting with Evan Mobley's field goal attempts was the best place to me. And so the first shot attempt of the game from Mobley was a pull-up three-pointer. And I thought, all right, here we go. We might be in for a big scoring game. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. But Jackson, that first shot goes in. It's a pull-up three. What were you thinking?
I was thinking the same thing. You had Bam kind of hanging back in the like giving him that shot, really just kind of daring him to do so. I like the screen from Darius trying to like force that switch there. So just giving him the space to make that shot, and Evan confidently stepped into it, which is exactly what you want to see. And he's been making a good percentage of them this season, so it wasn't surprising to me that it went.
Yeah, you knew when the playoffs started, regardless of how much Evan Mobley has grown as a three-point shooter, you knew that teams were going to dare him to hit three-pointers. And so seeing him right away in the opening minutes just confidently say, all right, you're giving me this, I'm going to take it and make it, that was nice to see. This next play coming up here, we get Mobley screening for Merrill, then Merrill and Mobley both flip and screen for Mitchell. And right here, what I really like is they end up getting Highsmith switched on to Mobley right here. And Mobley rolls to the rim. He's got a huge size advantage. Mitchell, great pass to get it down there. And Mobley, no one in front of him, just goes straight up and dunks it. That's something that we want to see, the aggression. Don't play soft, don't play timid, don't pump fake. You see an opening, take it. This is just a good action from the Cavs to get Miami moving on defense. Highsmith switched on to Mobley, and it's a great pass from Mitchell and a good aggressive roll from Mobley.
Yeah, and also you notice that like Miami can't really help off from the corners because you have Jerome and DeAndre Hunter in the corners, so like they can't really provide any help. So just a good play design and a good pass from Mitchell. I think that Mitchell's passing inside is sometimes, this wasn't a great pass as we see it's way behind him. It's often criticized, but I think he does a good job of like those bullet passes that he can kind of try to fit into windows. I think he does a pretty good job with that. So, just a good 2-man game. Really a 3-man game with Merrill involved. So yeah, I mean, this was good stuff and exactly what you want to see.
Yeah. Last note on this specific play, since Miami doesn't have their two big lineup out there, Bam's all the way up here guarding Evan Mobley. Cavs are, basically going 5 out with Evan Mobley at center. There's no Khalil Ware, no one on the backside to help. As you mentioned, the Cavs are spacing the floor, but even if Damian Mitchell or Tyler Herro are down there, it's going to be tough to stop Evan Mobley rampaging to the rim like that. So second unit lineups are going to be big. Again, right here, pretty much the same thing. No double bigs on the court for Miami. Mobley has Highsmith on him, and he's just going to go to work here. They're going to get him in the post. This is exactly what you want to see. Attack the mismatch, go straight to the rim. This was a really good start from Evan Mobley. It had me feeling like, wow, okay, we might be in for a big scoring game, like I said. Now, you may have just noticed, this is all in the first quarter. He obviously takes advantage of the mismatch. The next Mobley field goal came in the third quarter. So things got a little dicey after that. But seeing him attack a mismatch in the post, it's very simple. Not many X's and O's to break down. It's just what he has to do. Right here, I think this is the last field goal that he made in the game. And the only reason why I think it's worth pointing out is that, again, you have Max Strus setting an inverted screen for Mobley on Khalil Ware. And even though this wasn't the best Evan Mobley game, it wasn't even really a good one, it is nice to still see, okay, let's let Evan Mobley bring the ball up the floor and run an inverted pick and roll. And right here, Khalil Ware, good defender. Mobley's too strong for him, goes all the way to the rim, misses, gets his own putback. That's still good stuff, even though Really, it's the last good thing that we saw from Mobley offensively in this game.
Yeah, it seems like one thing is that you kind of notice with these clips is that um a lot of them seem like they were like set plays just for Mobley, one of the first possessions of the second half. You just want to get Mobley the ball, get him in a position to score. The Sam Merrill one that was not in the, that was in the first quarter, but it was also a play specifically just to get him involved. And then kind of like this mismatch. So you can see that when he does, have a play for him or he's in a conducive environment, he is able to get a good shot up. Like all these were just, grade A shots. It's just when they're not doing that, can he still stay involved in the offense? And that's kind of what the concern is for me coming out of that first game.
Yeah, getting him involved, keeping him involved is the key. I went ahead and put together some of his misses too, the main ones that I thought were notable because did a good job attacking Khalil Ware and Highsmith when you switched on to him. One thing Mobley didn't do a very good job of was going up against one-on-one against Bam Adebayo. Bam, very strong, very good interior defender. He forced Mobley into some, honestly, like 2022 looking shots. This one specifically gave me PTSD, this post fade that you really don't see in Mobley's game anymore, but was kind of a crutch that he would use in the past. This one, don't love it. Sorry, I went too far back. But this one right here, like that's just, he's doing that because he has nowhere else to go. Bam has completely walled him off.
Right. He's like, by the time he lands, he's landing 4 feet behind where he first starts his action from. And Bam is just was constantly just pushing him back throughout that. That is very much like a rookie Evan Mobley play. And it is a credit to him that it used to be like, it felt like every big center was doing this to him. Yeah. Now it's, really just when it does happen, it does stand out. I don't want to say Bam's the only one who does it, but Bam in particular is showing to be a tough matchup for him in game one.
Yeah, and it's a matchup that I do think he can win. It's just game one, Bam definitely was the winner in this individual matchup, and we'll see on this next play right here. Again, kind of the same thing. It's like Mobley tries to bump him off his spot and get closer to the rim. But as again, kind of like a 2022 floater that we see from Mobley here. Tries to bump Bam, can't quite move him, falling away from the basket. You don't want to see Mobley going away from the basket when he takes a shot, really. He still has great touch. That shot itself almost went in, but you want to see him going towards the basket. And right here, Bam is able to push him away.
Yeah, seems like a strength issue because when a lot of times when he gets to that shot attempt, that push gives him just a little bit of daylight between him and his defender. And it almost like negated any daylight that he could have previously had. Bam just keeps pushing him out. And yeah, I mean, even if he did make the shot, this is a very tough shot and not one that you want to live with.
For sure. Moving forward, this may be the last Mobley field goal. Again, same thing. Here he is, just him and Bam down there. This should be an opportunity that he can score. And this is what I mean when I say I do think he can win this matchup, because he actually gets through Bam and for a good look. It's just, this is still good defense from Bam. Like, he's going to make you work for it, but this is going towards the rim. This is a shot that I think Evan Mobley can make. And this is just an area of the game where you got to make it, right? Like, it's playoff basketball. You got to finish tough shots right here. Not the strongest move, but like, he doesn't get completely bumped off his spot, and he does manage to get towards the rim, which is what I'm looking to see.
I think this is an example of, like, he does create a good shot, but when you're going up against a good defender, sometimes your internal clock is just a little faster than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like here he was like, oh, I got an opening. I got to go up right away. And sometimes you get that with like quarterbacks, after they've been getting blitzed a bunch, they kind of start feeling pressure that's not quite there. And this is a little different, but it's kind of that same principle where, it seems like he rushed himself there when he really didn't need to. But this was it was a good move to get open, just everything after the move, not usually what you see. And he's done a really good job of, I think we pointed it out this year, that he's done a great job of being patient. He's been really patient in the post. He's really played what Kenny Atkinson says, plays on 2 feet, meaning that he's like really like tries to get 2 feet down before like making a move, because it kind of like resets you. Like, you think of Jokic. Jokic is never hurried, and Evan Mobley's not Jokic, but Evan Mobley, when he's at his best, he's not hurried. And this one, he just kind of was hurried.
Yeah, a little frantic. And as you're saying, like if he just takes his time and honestly uses the backboard right there, it's probably a bucket. But moving forward here, don't have too much to say about Donovan Mitchell. I included some clips, and the main point is Miami just does not have the defensive horsepower to stay in front of Donovan Mitchell. You'll see these clips. Absolutely nobody is able to stay in front of him. He's basically just walking his way into the paint for shots that he can make in his sleep. So I'm going to let some of these run. But here's the steal. The defense was great as well. But Donovan Mitchell just being able to get wherever he wants in the court is going to make it really hard for Miami to win this series.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of a testament to the Cavs spacing. A lot of these, he's not finishing through a lot of help defense. It's a lot of just, there he did finish through help defense, but a lot of it is just him, beating his guy one-on-one, and then like the defenders kind of have to stay with their guys in the corner or on the wing. And Donovan is, Donovan's going to win one-on-one matchups if you let him, unless it's Lou Dort, apparently.
Yeah, and great point, the Cavs spacing. But even on this one play, like the thing that makes Donovan Mitchell special is that when you are in a position where you're trying to help on Mitchell and kind of, have an eye on Allen and Mobley's lurking behind you, he's able to just, occupy you just long enough, kind of play with the help defense. And this is just too easy for him. I mean, he floats right into that. It's a tough shot, but like that, those are shots we've seen Donovan Mitchell make all year long. This next play right here is just, I just had to include it because this is one of the most absurd up and unders I've ever seen. Goes right around Andrew Wiggins. And then like if Michael Jordan did this, we would see the replay for the next 50 years. But like that's just a normal play in today's NBA. That's an absolutely absurd reverse from Donovan Mitchell right here.
It is. And one of the things that like when the help arrives late, like this help here is pretty late. And also when he's already beaten his man and he's just going up against the help defender, like the clip before where he just had to beat Bam. Like Mitchell is good enough where he's going to make those shots. It seems like 8 out of 10 times, so that's, and on a day when he had it going like he did today, like he did in game 1, it's not surprising to see those go.
Yeah. Again, this clip, you just see the defense going full court, almost like this almost reminded me of the Orlando series where like he was very explosive and athletic against Miami. But this one right here, just kind of brute strength over Khalil Ware and then Wiggins as well, like just willing his way to the basket. It was great stuff from Donovan Mitchell. Now, you got to talk about the Typhoon. You got to talk about Ty Jerome. A lot of people wondered if he'd be ready for NBA playoff basketball. Well, this was his first shot attempt of the game, and I would say he looked like he was pretty ready, right? Like he's jumping up and down. He looks hungry to me. And so I just clipped together his second quarter buckets.
You cut out his second shot attempt, which is my favorite shot attempt because he gets that first basket, and then for the second one, he says, "You know what? Next trip down, my heels are going to be on the logo, and I'm just going to take this 3." And he missed it, but Ty Jerome, he's one of one.
He's got supreme confidence in himself, and I love it because here it is, fourth quarter. It's an 8-point game. Donovan Mitchell's on the court with him, and Ty Jerome says, "No, I got this. Don't worry, guys. I got this." And so right here, I forget exactly what he does in this clip. I guess we'll see. They get him on Highsmith. He's just going one-on-one. And like, that's a tough shot. But again, Ty Jerome, he's the float master right here. Miami went into a zone at different times in this game. Andrew Wiggins is just completely lost. He has no idea that Sam Merrill, everyone else on the court sees Sam Merrill. Multiple people are pointing at Sam Merrill. Andrew Wiggins doesn't know what's going on. So just really quick heads up play, passes the ball to Sam. I'm wide open, and it's cash. And now already Ty Jerome he's already confident in himself, but you let him get 2 baskets in a row, and you might be in trouble.
1 basket in a row. He gets the confidence meter fills up after just 1 3. So
yeah. Right here, these next string of plays, I want everyone to keep an eye on the way Ty Jerome uses his body and gets Tyler Herro kind of on his hip or on his back, because one thing Ty Jerome does really well, and it's almost underrated, we talk about the really contested floaters and everything, but he's so good at using his body and getting defenders kind of trapped behind him. And we're going to see a couple times in a row, Allen set a screen, Herro tries to fight over, and Ty Jerome is just like, all right, I got you stuck behind me now, and I'm going to make a play out of this. So right here, Tyler Herro goes over. Ty Jerome, he's going to feel Herro on his hip, kind of just, snaking in front of him. And it's then 1, 2015 Delhi style in the finals. Like this is just good stuff from Ty Jerome. Sorry, I went too far back.
He's so good at just creating space, and I don't know how he does it though, but he does just create so much space with his like herky jerky type motion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've watched it all season, and I'm just like, I don't know how he really like gets to it consistently and makes it consistently, but he does it, and I don't know. It's impressive.
Yeah. Right here, again, gets in front of Tyler Herro. Right here, Herro actually fights back and gets into the play, and Ty Jerome just like that's absurd. There's nothing really to break down. This is just a tough shot. Ty Jerome is absolutely cooking. But the next play here, this is why I mentioned, multiple times in a row, Tyler Herro just got burned by Ty Jerome. Because watch on this play, Tyler Herro says, "All right, well, I'm going under. I'm not chasing him over the screen anymore because he keeps busting my ass." But right here, as you already said, Ty Jerome, he has no problem shooting it from the logo. This is like Steph Curry range. This is Steph Curry type of stuff. Tyler Herro goes under. Ty Jerome pulls up from the logo, cash, and it's basically game over at this point. It's a full-on typhoon. So Ty Jerome, 28 points in 26 minutes. He was absolutely special. I got two more things here. We're almost through. I got some of Garland's one-on-one scoring, and then I want to go over the way they defended Tyler Herro, but we'll make it quick because I know we're already running a little bit late here. So Darius Garland, last year, when you think in the playoffs, one of the biggest issues for the Cavs trying to generate offense, aside from some of the late game JB stuff that we're seeing Detroit go through too. Sorry for the stray there. I couldn't resist, right? I couldn't resist. But one of the biggest issues was that Darius Garland had plenty of stuff going on, but he just could not score one-on-one. He just really couldn't create his own shot. And in this first game, he was having no problem, right? Like this next clip right here, one-on-one with Tyler Herro. Herro's not like an elite defender or anything, but just goes one-on-one, takes him all the way to the basket, uses his body, and finishes at the rim, which something that he was not able to do last year. He really struggled at the rim post-jaw injury. So seeing him go one-on-one right here, this is going to be a key aspect of his game in the playoffs. Look at how far back Kel'el Ware is in the drop. Now, Darius Garland, he's been an elite three-point shooter all his career, and if he's able to pull up and torch the drop like this, then it's going to be hard for teams to guard Cleveland.
Yeah, he's just playing with so much confidence right now. And I think what you're just seeing is when he's playing with confidence, he's able to just read and react really well. When he gets into like problems is when he doesn't have that confidence and like he read and reacts, but then also like hesitates. Like, oh, they're giving me the three, but my three ball's not falling. So I hesitate a second and then that little advantage is gone. Or like, I don't want to go inside because of, I'm missing inside and I don't have that confidence. And I think this is where you see the confidence come from because he can get to his spots on the floor and he's able to, convert from a lot of different from areas. He's, a true 3-level scorer. And when he's playing with confidence, he's just, making the defense pay.
Yeah, I know like even at the start of this video, I said the Cavs will go as far as Mobley takes them. But the reality is it's a core four. They don't have a top 5 player in the world. So it's going to take multiple guys having big games. And right now, Darius Garland, it was only one game, but he looks more comfortable in the playoffs than he's ever been. Right here, again, just one-on-one with Tyler Herro, says, I'm just going to cook you. Spinning, fadeaway off the glass. I've never seen Darius Garland take that shot before, but he took it, and it looked like he knew it was going in before it even went in. So, again, just that one-on-one creation that the Cavs were missing last year, Darius flashed it in the first game here.
Yeah, definitely going after Tyler Herro. I don't know if Tyler Herro is as bad of a defender as the Cavs think he is, but they're definitely going after him. And what this does more than create good offense is it makes it more difficult for like Tyler Herro to have energy to carry the offense like he needs to. He had 18 shots in game 1, but that was less shots than Bam. So I think that's kind of something that you'd like to see Tyler Herro kind of have less shots than Bam. Like that's your preferred outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the last Garland clip, and then we'll get to talk about some of the ways the Cavs defended Herro. But right here, I clipped this because last year, against the Magic especially, and well, honestly, against Boston too, anytime Darius had a big switched on to him, you're thinking, all right, this should be, he's going to eat him up. This should be an automatic bucket. Really wasn't. Unless it was poor Joe Ingles switched out onto him, I feel like Garland really struggled to beat the switches and beat the mismatches. Right here, Kel'el Ware completely on an island. Darius says, all right, I got this. I got it from here. Just that hesitation move, crossover, setting him up. going all the way to the rim, which is, again, one of the key things that you want to see from him. Can he get himself to the rim? Right there, no problem.
I have 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, we'll make it quick. I guess I had another Garland clip, but I'll skip over this. We'll just go into some of the Tyler Herro stuff. All right, so last topic here, we're focusing on the way the Cavs defended Tyler Herro. We're going to let a couple of these clips just play, but right here, Sam Merrill drawing an offensive foul, just being a pest, being annoying. That's what I would describe their defense on Tyler Herro. Even Darius Garland right here, just being annoying, not letting him get into the paint, not letting him get anything easy. There's another miss right there. One thing that I was watching for, how do Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley respond when Tyler Herro gets into the middle of the floor? Do they overreact like he's Jalen Brunson in 2023 and leave Kel'el Ware or Bam for an offensive rebound? Or do they kind of just stay home? Right here, Tyler Herro gets himself into the paint. This is actually an instance where I'm okay with Allen contesting because he got pretty deep into the paint there, but Allen contests. Mitchell, Mobley, everyone's in the paint. They end up getting the rebound. Ball goes straight to Jarrett Allen. A few plays later, same thing. This time, Allen can see, all right, Max Strus has this. He has this. I'm just going to stay down. You got two bodies on Kel'el Ware. Shot misses. They're able to grab the rebound. And so that's an area of growth that I was really encouraged by. Second half, the rebounding wasn't as good, and we'll get to that in a second. But right here, you got to see this play. Okoro, get that out of here. Look at Isaac Okoro one-on-one against Tyler Herro.
One time they didn't. Yeah, one thing is I do think they're switching a little too much, or they're giving up the switches a little too easily. Like you see on that next clip, Jarrett Allen is covering Tyler Herro, not Isaac Okoro.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah, let's get to that Jarrett Allen clip. I went a little too far back. Here's the Okoro block one more time. Let's go, Ice. All right, yeah, right here, Allen on Herro. I'm watching the backside here. That's Okoro holding Ware. Watch Dean Wade on this. So Allen does a good job staying in front. Dean Wade, he realizes, all right, Allen's doing his job. I don't need to be over here and double teaming him like in 2023. He's just going to make sure Ware's under the basket. Just keep him under. Shot went in, but it's good defense from Jarrett Allen, and it's a good box out from Dean Wade. Now, I believe this play is where the Cavs mess up. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, no, this is a stop, I think, because Mobley on Tyler Herro. We've heard teams are going to try to target Evan Mobley on mismatches. Well, guess what? Evan Mobley's not a mismatch. This is, you're getting clamped right here. And they get the rebound. This next play, I believe. So Tyler Herro gets in the paint. Evan Mobley, good contest. This one's not really Jarrett Allen's fault because, Kel'el Ware's like under the basket when the shot goes up, and it's just a good play from him. But the one thing that I would like to see right here, let me pause it right here. Shots in the air, Ware's under the basket. I would like to see Jarrett Allen just kind of charge into him and bury him under the basket. And instead, it's just kind of this like timid, like I got a hand on him, but like get into him, put your body into him, seal him off. You end up giving up a putback right there. And then this last play, again, Tyler Herro gets in the paint. This is good help defense from DeAndre Hunter, but Jarrett Allen just gets sealed off by Bam. And this is something that you don't want to happen because that's how, the Miami Heat were almost able to get back into the game.
Yeah, 17 second chance points. When you look at why this game was as close as it was the second chance points and the 3-point shot, which I think the Cavs did a good job of limiting the 3-point shot, but they just kind of all went in. But they, you got to do a better job of boxing out, got to do a better job of being physical at the box out. Like you were saying, I think Dean Wade did a really good job. That clip that you showed was an excellent example of what you want to have happen, where you're able to kind of like show help, but not be in a position where you're giving up like a offensive rebound. And obviously they didn't have a chance to give up an offensive rebound because he just made the shot. But, that's an area that I'd like to see them clean up a little bit. And that, I'm looking at you, DeAndre Hunter. I'm looking at you, Evan Mobley. Got to do a better job.
Yeah, it's something that you can get away with against Miami, but if Boston's doing this, then you're kind of screwed. Right there, I just wanted to highlight that. That was the last clip. One, Tyler Herro dies. This is what Sam Merrill will do to somebody. This is the effect Sam Merrill has on people. This is good defense. Also, Max Strus, good job staying connected to Kel'el Ware, understanding Allen's helping. Someone needs to get a body on him. So overall, great stuff from the Cavs in game one. I'm interested to see what type of adjustments and what new things we see. Trends emerge in game two, but that's all for this one. So if you guys enjoyed this film review, this film breakdown, then please hit the subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. We're looking to do this after every Cavs playoff game, so hopefully we get a lot more to do. But until then, go Cavs.
I agree, go Cavs.